Hi, I'm Dr. Ben Newman. This is Ask Dr. Ben, where I'm going to use my experience as a coronavirus researcher to try to answer your questions. And this is going to be the last one for this morning. I got some work to do. But yeah, it's an interesting one. All right, so this is from Michael. And how you doing, Michael? All right, let's see. Have you seen any consensus in the research about the degree of protection, particularly against severe cases, that people with prior COVID might have? Yes, there are there are papers that are kind of all over the place. Some suggest that you get almost no protection, but the best things that I've seen recently that look as though they were fairly carefully done would suggest that, just like you're saying in the next sentence, most of it looks as though there's comparable level of protection, or at least level of things you can measure. Reactive T cells against certain epitopes, antibodies against certain parts of the virus. Looks similar between vaccination versus actually contracting the virus. So, if this is truly the case, and I think you could make a reasonable case that this is true. Then this is like a what if. So, what if it was beneficial to shift our focus from the unvaccinated as a whole to the naive, which would be people that have not been either vaccinated or infected? Yeah, I see what I see where you're thinking, and yeah, I see some sense in this, but I also see a giant loophole you can drive a dump truck through that will make a mess out of this. So yeah, let's break it down to a couple little parts. One, how are you going to tell if somebody is truly naive? Um, because you would have people. So there are a lot of people that think they were infected, and far more than you can actually prove were infected in most studies. A lot of people saying, I had something back in November, December, January 2019, early 2020. I'm sure it was COVID, but it was before the test was done. I was never tested, and I'm just sure it was COVID. Could have been, but it could have been a lot of things. And yeah, essentially, that is not actionable information, uh, yeah, in any sort of medical way. So then your other option would be that you could test. But the thing there is that with a vaccine, you've got the aversion to just like, I don't like needles, don't put a needle in me. With the test, those are generally going to be, they're going to have to be blood samples. And so you've got a needle into your finger, and then you got blood coming out. So you got needle plus blood aversion, and I don't see that being something that people are going to get more excited about than vaccination. And third thing, you've got if you don't validate in any way, people can also just, it's easy to say you've been infected or whatever. You've got people saying we're infected or we're vaccinated or whatever, just because it seems like the shortest path to get out of whatever thing they don't want to do. So, yeah, based on those, I think three concerns, I don't see that as being workable. Whereas theoretically, well, yeah, not theoretically, but there is I believe, a national vaccine database for like who is vaccinated, and there is a census, and so there are ways to match up total number of people with total number of people who are vaccinated, and then go in and try and find the ones that are not vaccinated. Seems like the cleanest way to actually go about being thorough and careful and doing this. So yeah, the rest of the question goes on. So with the majority of the remaining unvaccinated who have had prior COVID appear to be strongly opposed to vaccination, often obnoxiously so. Yeah, it seems like the majority of the naive are only hesitant and curious rather than opposed. I always hope there is a substantial population out there that is vaccine curious, but they're just stuck. I don't know that there are any actual studies that bear out that this population really truly exists. And from the little tiny bit, just sort of secondhand, third hand stuff that I've picked up, I think even the people that would say that they are potentially open to the vaccine but haven't got it yet are actually pretty darn opposed to the vaccine, and it's going to be a very difficult to convince anybody else to take this. So yeah, it seems like it could be a solution, but I think ultimately I don't know that it's a solution that would work. Because yeah, people, man, people. Yeah, thanks. That was a good question. That was an interesting little thought experiment, and yeah, I don't know. There are a couple ways to get out of this. I don't know that anybody is gonna have the backbone and the guts to actually do them, but yeah, there are ways. So that's where I'm gonna continue to get my hope. Yeah, thanks very much. This has been Ask Dr. Ben.